Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and I wanted to make this live and really talk about the metaphysical death of awakening. We realize that we have to integrate, that we have to cleanse the shadow, that we have to open up and be vulnerable to the very fact that we are debunking everything and deconstructing everything that we've ever experienced. So along the path and along the journey, there is an awakening of grace and wisdom and channeling that intuition and being led by that intuition solely so that you can connect to a presence of awareness and be able to basically redeem everything that you've ever experienced within your own reality, within your past lifetimes, within everything that you've ever done within your current life, and seeing that you are redeemed and forgiven and you encompass upon a new grace of really releasing the old and in comes the new. When we have this death of the ego, when we have the death of this physical specimen, we fully embrace the mind-body-spirit complex, and we're fully led by the higher self's wisdom and that state of connection and that state of wisdom that allows us to open up to deeper channels of wisdom and power and initiations and different manifestations that allow us to encompass a new state of vulnerability and really using that divine principle of really being vulnerable, being sensitive, being receptive, and being a good listener. So along the path, we have to be reflected all the things within our reality that we don't like. And we see that when this happens, when we open up to this, when we encompass this newfound consciousness and this newfound grace, we see that everything in our reality is eradicated. We're releasing all the toxic aspects of our own reality, the toxic aspects of our own personality, and deconstructing everything within our thought forms, within every single emotional imbalance, within everything that we're attracting and experiencing along this path. We see that we grow and change within the different forms of initiation. And as we go along the path, we see that we go through so many different vantage points of cleansing and eradicating the ego and basically having a metaphysical death so that we can be reborn and that we can grow into a different aspect and a different configuration of energy within ourselves. So now that we're encompassing this newfound transcendence and this newfound consciousness, we see that we're encompassing a different density of consciousness. Now we're encompassing love and wisdom so that we can have balance within the scales of our reality and see that life is coming back into balance and seeing that all of our relationships change and all of our circumstances change and our experiences, and seeing that we've always been alone on the path because we are the chosen. So we see that we have many different reflections and mirrors and teachers, but all of those things are still an extension and a representation of who you are and what you're connecting to and what you're supposed to be a part of. So whenever you have this within your reality, you're choosing to completely surrender to the divine as a way of releasing, as a way of connecting, and as a way of really transcending the human conditioning and seeing that it's going to take you in many different directions and seeing that it's opening up for you so that you are having this state of opening back up into the grounded source of energy so that you're encompassing the Shekinah glory of God's source energy, so that you're allowing yourself to become an own channel of frequency, energy, intuition, connection, and balance, so that you can carry the weight of that sacred flame, so that you can be a leader of this new world and generate new civilizations as you are coming into your prophecy and your anointing and awakening. So we're here to really vocalize exactly what we want. So every piece of our reality, everything that we can truly think of that needs to be healed and cleansed and eradicated and really have a shakening and a fastening of higher, further, and faster within our realities, we see that we're having a metaphysical death of awakening, which is renewal, which is a new harvest, which is a way to open up in a much deeper way than you have before. So this means that we choose to speak from the heart, we choose to speak from words of resonance, that we're not solely based on linearity in the mind, but we're finally encompassing a new reality, a new state of being, a new absolute nature of consciousness, so that we can open up to a different state of wisdom and have that initiation of many different forms or configurations of energy. So it means that you are on the path and you have been chosen to do something and you choose to live out that lifetime progression. Choosing to progress, choosing to emulate, choosing to stand among the rest and shine is meaning that you are standing up to the masses, standing up to societal norms, and also the illusion as a rebel of this free will, and you choose to be rebellious and edgy and pure and crystallize within what you want to represent as you are following your destiny, your breadcrumb trail of excitement, no matter what it is. It doesn't even matter what it is, but it matters that you're actually doing it and you're applying it and you're very persistent in your seeking impulse, as it's helping you find a newfound intention, a newfound experience, but also a way to place your energy somewhere to where it matters. So we're allowing ourselves to really open up in a big way so that we can become a spiritual mass. We can become a light body of creation. We become a lighted beings that use the wisdom of its guides, of its higher self, of God's source energy and the great I am, because we choose to open up and see, once we have this metaphysical death of awakening, we see that we are completely changed, that there is a light inside of us, that there is something represented in us, and that there's something being channeled through us as a way of channeling frequency codes and downloads, so that we're encompassing these new light codes that reprogram and eradicate all of the hypnotic programming that we've experienced within this reality. So now we're deprogramming and deconstructing and going to ground zero, encompassing that 0 point creation, so that we can become the appearance of light, so that we are the absolute reality blended with the infinite reality. And we see that in this moment, that if we choose to live a completely different life, that if we give our life to this understanding, to this sense of enlightenment, to this sense of meditation, to this sense of perseverance, and this resiliency that's inside of ourselves to choose a new life, to live your best life, and to know that it's never going to be the same as it once was. And so in this moment, you can give yourself to God. You can give yourself to reality. You can give yourself and become the illusion and the reflection of the I am presence within every perception that you are. So what's beautiful about this message, usually when you hear the message about death, it's usually in a negative connotation. But this isn't necessarily a certain connotation or positive or negative or being joyful or being inspirational. But it means that once you have that, then everything in your life that happened beforehand does not matter. It means that you're living a new life. It means that you are born again. It means, like when people say in Christianity that I'm born again, that's usually what they mean. It means that they've had a complete transfiguration of the soul. They've transmuted that toxic energy. They've transmuted the energy of not really knowing something in their heart, or being led by something, or being guided by something, or having a metaphysical compass in a sense. But then they open up to this understanding that, like, oh, I can dream for the things I want. I can manifest. I can meditate. I can relax. I can even be in the midst of healing and understand that it's not me feeling bad. It means that I'm just transmuting the energy within myself. So all of it is really showing that every time that you change and grow and persevere along the path, you, in a sense, are manifesting better. You're attracting things better because you're changing the polarity of positive and negative, light and dark, heaven and hell, in a sense. So you're attracting much better. You're attracting relationships that don't seem random. You have a reason why you are doing the things that you're doing, and it means you're being led by transcendent reason within your own reality. So this means in this moment, in this precise moment, that you can open up to the gates, those golden arches, and walk through the vortex of creation. Now, what this means is that you're stepping into the unknown. And that's why it feels really fucked up sometimes, because as you are stepping into the unknown, guess what? A lot of things happen. You don't know how it's going to happen. Sometimes you may have anxiety towards how things are going to happen. You might have any challenges or tribulations or things that come along your path that show you like what you need to do, and you do feel lost. You do feel like you're looking for something and you don't know exactly what it is. But it just means that you're actually on the right path. If you're actually seeking for it, if you're actually applying your will, if you're actually learning the lessons that need to be learned within this reality and cleansing the karmic imbalances and the past lifetime regressions in this reality, and also just attuning to your own wisdom and finding your own sense of maturation within the soul. So there's nothing wrong with that, and I wanted to really make this video because I don't think people really talk about it enough in spirituality, because everybody always talks about, about what they manifest and that you can manifest what you want. But really, in order to manifest all of those things, you can't have all of the things that are going to hold you back in a sense. You can't have all the things that are going to be in your way as an obstacle, as a wall, as bearing the ego in a sense. So we have to balance the energies of the inner child, the masculine and feminine, so that we're encompassing a twin heart, a gut instinct, heart, and your mind, body, and spirit. So when that is one, that means your chakras are one, and that means that you're following your intuition no matter what it is. It could be giving people readings, it could be being an author, it doesn't matter what it is. Everybody is anointed in their own way and has a special gift to give. No matter if it's being a mom, no matter if it is being an author or being a motivational speaker, no matter what it is, everybody has a reason to be here and a reason to grow. So along the path, you have moments of integration, you have moments of healing, you have moments of reflections, and you have things that you're faced with so that you are actually channeling from the state of purity instead of the state of unaligned sense of ego and presence and connection. So it's kind of like all of us have reasons to be here. We have a reason to exist, we have a reason to connect. So when we encompass this metaphysical death, it's not all peaches and cream. Okay, so I just use my Monster can as an example. It's not all peaches and cream, but it's forgiving, it's firm, it's fair, you're given a new life, and sometimes it's not completely different than the life you were just living, but it's, in some other ways, it is 1080 difference. So sometimes it's not about thinking about the good or the bad, it's thinking about the things that you can live, laugh, and love with, have gratitude towards, appreciate, and see once you have this deep sense of awakening, and you're really wanting to make it big, and you're really wanting to take it all the way and live your life and breathe in, eat it. That's one of the things that I've done and a lot of other people have done. And I don't say that with a sense of pride. I say that being honest, because when it becomes your life, it becomes your life, and sometimes you can get consumed with it, like I do. But it's not that you're consumed with it, but it's more that you just know that you're aware of energy, you're empathic, you go around your life and you're like, oh my God. Because your energy centers get more heightened, they get more aware, they get more wide, and you're feeling all these different connections and spaces of energy. And once you have this transcendent space of energy comes in, and it's piercing the veil of illusion, and it's piercing your third eye, and it comes in and it allows you to really open up to God's grace and God's wisdom. So it has to really have a different punctuation. It has a different weight that it holds within your own reality. So let's just say it packs a punch. So we have to roll with the punches, and we have to fake it until we make it. I think that's the only thing that we can really do within our realities, is that we have to fake it until we make it, and make the most of this brief human experience, and make the most of what we're doing right now. And sometimes it's not always going to be butterflies and rainbows, but sometimes it is, and it's very beautiful. And if you can take in those moments where you're going on a run, or you're spending a day at the beach, or you are going out to eat with some friends, and you may have some drinks, and you may sing karaoke or something, and you take in those moments and really enjoy life and see how beautiful it actually is, instead of focusing just on all 5 things that are not going right in your life, if you can focus on the two things that are going right and go from there, then life isn't so bad. But I think we equate success with materialization. I think we equate attractiveness with what's on the surface. And I think that we don't ever look deep within our hearts of what's really beautiful and has majesty and has weight within our reality. So look at the things that are beautiful in your life. Look at the things that give you that sense of release, that allows you to open up, that allows you to create from a different vantage point. And just be yourself authentically and stand among the rest, and don't choose to conform only to the way that you want to exist and live and vibrate as, and knowing that you are alone on the path. But metaphysically and non-physically, you are each individuation of your guide's higher self and God. So in a sense, yes, you are alone, but the biggest illusion to see through is to see source within oneself as you have the death of the metaphysical, of the awakened, of the chosen as the one that wants to open up and to give its existence to the I Am Presence. So sometimes we just have to do that. We have to open up and be awesome and bold and loving. That's all you have to do. So I'll probably talk some after I do the healing and stuff, but we're going to do some healing energy to help ourselves tap into the divine feminine, help us encompass new downloads, frequency codes and downloads and light codes, light language activation coming through as well. So embrace this live. Feel free to book private sessions with me. It's 30 minutes for $50, 45 minutes for $85, and 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing readings, healings, activations. I hope to see you guys there. I went too long without eating, and don't do that unless you like to fast. But if you don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it, even though I would recommend it. Archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse us of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I Am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, grounding and ascending. Use this healing energy as a way of connecting to the Kundalini, quick release, quick rejuvenation, tapping into the divine vulnerability, the egg of fertility, and allowing ourselves to be in our divine authority without having to be forceful or rigid or resistant. Billions of light codes are coming in, helping us embrace the new metaphysical age and the new metaphysical stance of the I Am Presence, and connecting to the monad, the I Am Presence, the 12 aspects of yourself in different realms, different planes, and different universes. And then now we are going to be connecting to frequency codes and downloads coming from the 12th dimension. And also connecting into the twin heart, the gut instincts, the heart and the mind, connecting to quantum telepathy, activating the third eye, and then connecting into light language, downloading Metatron's cube, receive a light language transmutation, have a transfiguration of the soul, balancing the light and the dark aspects within your current reality. Choose to surrender to Source, choose to receive God, and choose to become the higher self fully in this moment. And then as you accept the higher self, you become the light body of creation. And then you become the illusion of Source. And as we choose to have a metaphysical death of awakening, of debunking and eradicating ego, lust, vanity, distortion, toxic natures, negativity, then empowerment, motivation, transcendence. The seeking impulse drives you, and then in this moment you choose to become a different, updated, revamped version of yourself in this moment. That in this moment you're living heaven right now, you're becoming the vortex of creation. And in this moment you're blending the infinite reality with the absolute reality beyond space and time. Live, laugh, love, appreciate, have gratitude. But in this moment, receive a quantum transformation. Connect into the electric blue energies as well. And become the sacred flame of creation. And just let go in this moment. Let go of all the ties, let go of the allegiances, let go of the negativity, let go of everything in this moment. That no matter what, we choose to live, vibrate, and activate higher, further, faster within our realities. To be a part of grace and majesty, grandeur, and to have a quickening and a shakening and a fastening of our abilities to encompass a new golden age. That we choose to live this prophecy as we choose to live it and see it and breathe it and become it. And if we choose right here, right now, to be a grounded source of energy, a source of love, a source of light, and a source of wisdom, that we can accept these gifts, accept the grace, and accept that we are God, to become an oracle that channels its high counsel, that goes up in the higher echelons, that is one with the Spirit and encompasses this Holy Spirited flow, and that forever we are changed, we are reborn, and we are infinitesimally connected to the Shekinah glory of God's Earth's energy and the great I Am. So everyone take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. When I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You will know who you are. And you'll become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom, which is God manifested in the human form. And so it is. So that was the healing for today, guys. Thank you so much for connecting with me. If you're wanting to book private sessions, it's 30 minutes for $50, 45 minutes for $85. 10 11 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing readings, healings, activations. And check out my YouTube channel, White Wolf, the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom, if you want to check out these messages anytime. And I wanted to take this moment out and just let you guys know that I never did anything that I've done over these 4 years for no reason, for money, for fame, for anything, other than the fact that I wanted to help people and do the things that I love and do the things that I was told and commanded and communicated by God within my divine obedience of seeking and becoming. So that's why I've done the things that I've done, and I want to thank you all. And thank you for being a part of my existence and my path and my journey over these 4 years. And it's been a humbling, and it's been a great honor to serve you in any capacity that I could. So thank you. God bless, and namaste.